Now New York Republican Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman Tenney, it does not have Nancy Pelosi's support. Does it have yours?
Well, I'm leaning yes on this, and it's a very, very hard vote. And I am really concerned about our debt and our deficit. But I'm also concerned as a mother of an active duty Marine officer about the status of our military. And General Mattis recently made a very sobering and very compelling case for us to rebuild our military that has fallen on the wayside after many, many years in one of the longest, if not the longest, war that we've experienced in this country. 80 different families are suffering the losses of their loved ones who served in our military because of training accidents, not combat duty, because of the failures of our adequately funding our military. So from that perspective, I think it's most important, the most important role of our federal government. The reason we were created in the 1789, the federal government was for national security and border security, and I think that this bill covers that. Let's put this in perspective, though. 70% of our budget is non-discretionary, so we're only dealing with about 30%.
Right.
There are some balances in play here, so from that perspective, the military adequately funding our military, knowing that we have a great leader in General Mattis, our Secretary of Defense behind us. I think that this is why I'm leaning yes and why I probably will end up voting yes on the bill.
This Senate bill would essentially eliminate the budget caps that were voted in just a few years ago, which were at the time sort of hailed by a lot of fiscally conservative Republicans. What's changed?
I think you can see the devastation to our military on these arbitrary caps. I think we have seen a few things in this budget that we've moved the parity issue. So now we're spending more on the defense side, which we should be doing, and less on the domestic side. But we are getting in exchange some things that we really need on the Republican side. We have disaster relief coming in. That's really important in my region. And it's also important for all across the southern tier, including Puerto Rico, which is suffering from devastating natural disasters from this year. We have opioid funding that's really a huge crisis, particularly in my area. Our public health centers, hospitals are being recovered. We're also repealing a part of Obamacare that a lot of people don't like, and that's the Independent Payment Advisory Board, something that has been very, very controversial, and that's going to be going on the wayside. I look at it like this. It's a very hard decision, but when you're on the field and you have to score, you get 4 chances to get a first down, and it takes several first downs in many cases to get a touchdown and to get a score. And I'm concerned that if we rely on Hail Marys, we're going to end up with nothing, and we're going to hurt our community. So I think we have to look at it incrementally. We need incremental progress going forward. And I like the fact that the Speaker and Mitch McConnell and finally we got something out of Chuck Schumer. We're going to be putting together a bicameral, bipartisan special committee to finally address this broken budget process that we have. So I'm voting with that, with skepticism, but with high hopes that at some point we can resolve these issues, because we must fund our military, we must protect our nation, and we must protect those in harm's way.
On funding the military, here's what Senator Lindsey Graham had to say on what it would mean if there is a no vote on this spending bill.
Okay.
The Freedom Caucus is a good group of conservatives, but freedom is not delivered by anybody on Capitol Hill. It's delivered by the men and women who have been at war for the last 17 years, who are all over the world, who need more help, not less, from Congress. So I'm going to vote yes, and I'm going to go on the floor and talk about what it means to vote no. It means that you're putting the military behind the 8 ball again. It means that they have less resources to do their job with. It means their families suffer longer.
We have just a couple of seconds left, but it sounds like you're in agreement with that.
I do agree with him on that, and let's be hopeful. Today is the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and I just want to say, if I can, Aaron Hamlin, who hails from my area, is going to be the flag bearer in the opening ceremony. So I want to say congratulations to Aaron. That's a positive note coming out of my district. So that is going to be very exciting, and I'm looking forward to supporting our team, Team USA, as we go forward in the Olympics.
Congresswoman Claudia Tenney,
Thank you.
a Republican of New York. Thank you.
Thank you.